to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are going to have our 196th session. And so as you know that we are having different educators from different part of the world. And tonight we are having another educator and from Ekin JMUN founder and lead organizer and Future Problem Solving Turkiye program director, chief in charge of foreign languages department, Ekin Schools, Akbar Aghdam. But before starting our the live sessions, I would like to say thank you very much FPSPI for being our sponsor tonight for teacher talks. We are really happy and proud of about them. And when he comes, we are going to start our live session with Akbar Aghdam. I think he's here, and let me invite him to the session so then we can start. And I have invited him to the session. Yes, let me accept his invitation. Okay, just a moment, Akbar Aghdam. I'll send you an invitation again. I've sent you the invitation. I did again. Hello. Maybe that's why. You're welcome. Thank you very much. I'm happy to hear them. These comments. Thank you. Thank you very much, Aghdam. Thank you. I'll invite you again. I sent you the invitation, Aghdam. Okay,
There we
there you
go.
go.
There we
Yeah,
go.
X finally.
I
Haha.
think now I'm trying to catch up with the invitation that you're sending, but unfortunately, for some unknown reason, it was not working. So I sent the request again, hopped myself out of the session, and then came back again. But okay, here we are anyway. Here we
Here
are.
we are. It's not a problem, Akbar Aghdam. It's finally we are here together at the session. Okay, wonderful. And
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful to see you here, here in Teacher Talks 196 section, Akbar Aghdam. And before starting our live session, I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for this session and being our guest tonight. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate your invitation for this program. I had a chance of, sometimes hopping into your sessions. I know how it runs. So my appreciation for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you. And I know you are very busy, so if you're ready, can we start?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I know about you, Akbar Hocam, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Oh, sure, sure. Originally, I am born in Iran. I'm an Iranian, but it's been quite a long time that I've been living in Turkey. It's about 26 almost years that I've been
Wow.
here. Yes. And I am an English language teacher, but it's been a long time that I'm not teaching inside the classes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of away from teaching, but I have connection with the teachers. I have different responsibilities that I'm undertaking. Um, as I was born to a big family in Iran, my mother is actually an Azerbaijani, so I got to know a bit of Turkish, kind of Azerbaijani Turkish before I moved to Turkey. Yeah, so that's shortly about me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Akbar Hocam. Hocam, my next question is, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
My education as like becoming a teacher, right?
Sure.
Okay. So the main turning point in my life was back in about almost 40 years ago, when it was
Wow.
the time that we were learning, yes, we were learning English. And back in my country at that time, English was as a second language, even the third language in the schools.
Oh,
We
I
were starting
see.
learning the language, yeah, English, first from the alphabet of the language. And the first exam that we had was the an exam which was a dictation exam about the alphabet of the language. And I failed in
I
the
see.
language exam. My sister, who was quite good and yeah, well versed with the English language, she helped me with the next exam. I passed the exam with a very good mark. Again, it was a dictation of the alphabet of the language.
Oh, I
That
see.
was the time that
Mm-hmm.
I said that okay, so I'm gonna make with this English language.
Uh,
I'm gonna be an English language teacher. So my sister, who helped me out with that specific exam, was the main turning point in my life.
that's very kind.
And
That's a
there is
very
another actually
nice.
turning point in my life that I had the chance of becoming a doctor, even a dentist, while I
Oh,
was preparing for the
really?
university. Yes. But because of this turning point, which happened to me like when I was 10, 11 years old, I, uh, I decided, I made my mind, yes, that I'm going to be an English language teacher. So I did not continue with medicine. I continued with the language. And
Oh, I see.
I prepared myself for the university exams. And in the first go, there you go. I was in the university studying English English literature and teaching. Uh, and a second turning point, which happened to me, was we used to have a professor at the university who was teaching us language and linguistics. He was one
Oh,
of those,
yeah.
yeah, one of those professors that you know how it works in the universities, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
everybody
exactly.
wanted to have lessons with him. Once he said that if you're going to be a teacher, okay, you can be a teacher. You're gonna be a teacher once you finish the university. But when you become a teacher, try to become an international teacher. So
Ah, that's a
that was
very
another
nice.
point, which was like a, ringing a bell in my mind that yes, I'm not going to teach only in my country. I traveled to different countries until like 1998, and it was 1999 that when I came to Turkey for a visit. I was teaching in Dubai at that time.
Oh, very nice. That's very, but thank you very much for, the sharing these moments with us, Akbar
Absolutely.
Hocam. That's really great moments, turning points. All right. So, you've been t actually you've been teaching for a long time and you've been inside the the education for a long time, and during your teaching time probably you have tried different methodologies, techniques, and strategies in your classes, and probably you have a kind of a philosophy of teaching in your mind. So what is it? What is your philosophy of
Um,
teaching?
Welcome, Jim. Rather than philosophy teaching, I mean, your question is kind of a very broad and vast question to answer. I
Oh,
mean, it's not an easy question to answer like that. When I look at your question like this, that you want me to say, what is the philosophy of universe? Because when
oh.
you look at the teaching, well,
I
teaching can
see.
be, compared with universe. It's a different world for itself. But referring to the methodology or techniques of teaching, uh, techniques are literally theory which is given to us.
Yeah.
But we, the teachers, are the ones who are going to administer them inside the classes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be in a class, it can be in a garden, it can be in any learning environment. But if we
I
focus
see.
specifically, narrow it down into a classroom, which is the subject of our discussion right now, one of the very good methods that I love at doing in my classes would be uh, being a role model for my students and role playing with my students. Because the
That's nice. I like
role
it.
playing is something, yeah, role playing is something which they put themselves in the characters and in the shield of the other characters and feel as the other character that they're going to role play for.
Mm-hmm. I see. I got it. That's very important, and I
I
really
mean,
also
there
like the.
role playing role playing is just one technique, one technique. I mean, people are doing role playing in very different ways. Okay, I mean, you can pick it up. You can pick it up from a conference, from a discussion, and go and improve that. I always believe that the best way to progress in something is finding which is already existing and experienced,
I
pick it
see.
up and improve it. And this
Mm-hmm.
improvement is always with the teacher. Now, if we go back and touch back at the question about the philosophy about my philosophy about the teaching is that everybody can teach. All right, everybody can teach, but it is something which should be innate. What I mean by
Mm-hmm. I
innate,
see.
it should be something which is running in your blood, because that's gonna be when you are going to win the hearts of your students, no matter they're gonna be 5 years old or 55 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Got it. That's a very important point that you mentioned here. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ajahn. Okay.
Thank you.
So let's move to another question then. You know that as an educators, we all have different stories in our life, and sometimes we have good stories, and sometimes we have bad stories, and sometimes failed ones, and we know that sometimes we have success stories. So can you tell us, or maybe one, or maybe two success stories of yours, something inspirational? I'm sure you have a lot of inspirational stories, but if you like to share one, maybe two with us, we would be happy.
Well, yeah, well, inspirational stories, when I'm thinking about them, I remember uh, when I was very new in Turkey. I mean, I came here to Turkey in 1999 for 3 days as a tourist.
Then,
yeah,
yes.
I just came to for a visit. I had a friend here who was an English person from Liverpool. He suggested me staying in Turkey and teaching Turkey English in Turkey. At that time, I did not have any slightest idea whether the language teaching and the language gap in Turkey might be so vast and big. All right, so I said that why should I be staying here? I mean, this is like a European country, and they may know English better than the other countries around. So
Yes.
I had the chance of meeting this gentleman who was the honorary consulate for England in Alsancak here in
Uh-huh.
Izmir. So yeah, he also gave me the same suggestion, and he said, let's just go and visit some schools. So I went to visit some schools, some of the very famous schools in Izmir, and anywhere that I stepped in, the minute that I said that I'm here to apply for a job, I received a job offer.
Oh,
I received a job offer. I said that, oh my God, okay, so this country needs teachers, and that was the
yes,
time.
exactly.
Yeah, that was the time that I had my first contract with one of the schools, but I had to go back to Dubai and come back and finish my classes there and come back to Turkey. But when I came back, I was teaching conversation classes. in the evenings for the adult classes. Basically, that was my major major contribution to my teaching in Turkey. And at the same time, I was doing these conversation classes for the uh, schools, like grade 10, grade 9. Generally, they were the prep classes that we used to have. I believe that we still
I
have them.
see.
Yeah, in one of those classes, there was this young, cute little girl who wanted me to learn Turkish as quickly as possible as she was learning English from me. And I said that, okay, if you're going to teach me Turkish, teach me with tongue twisters. So
Ah,
she
very nice.
she brought me the first tongue twister, and I remember I had like to deal with the sentence for about a week to be able to say that, even though
No.
I didn't know what it means. Yeah, this was the tongue twister of the takatuka. Al şu takatukaları
Takıları
takatuka.
taka
So
tuka
that was,
getir.
yeah, I
That's
loved it. I
very
still
one of the
remember that.
hardest one.
I still remember that. And I mean, when you connect it to the teaching and the teaching, you know, specifics or the talents or skills, I picked that small lesson from my student, but I developed it. So it says
I
that in one
see.
part of it says that take these shoes to the shoemaker. If the shoemaker doesn't make them, bring them back, and so on and so forth. So I said that if that shoemaker doesn't make the shoes, take it to another shoemaker and see if that shoemaker has got a new. You see what? So this was I developed it for myself,
Yeah,
and
very nice.
is one of the very good memories that I remember from the first days of my life in Turkey.
But that's a really great memory. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Akbar Hocam, for sharing another great story with us. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much. You know, as an experienced teacher, and you are the coordinating and at the school also, and probably you have a lot of ideas in your mind. So when you think about it, as language teachers, as they need to have some qualities and skills, okay, to teach. And when you think about them, for you, what are the most important qualities and skills a language teacher should possess?
All right, this goes back to sometimes the explanation that I gave like about a few minutes ago. It's
Yeah,
teaching is
kind of.
something which should run in your blood. I mean,
Yes.
everybody can do a lot of jobs in their lives.
I
But
see.
when it comes to the word of teaching, it's a community that you're going to be contributing to be in contact with, and this community is going to be students younger than you. So if a teacher is believing that they are like perfect in teaching, I think that those types of teachers should go back and look at their teaching skills, their teaching talents, and say that yes, I still have gaps in me to fill in. And this would be one of the explanation for self-improvement
Mm-hmm.
or professional self-improvement in their career.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. Akbar Hocam, and when we go into the classrooms, a lot of, and most of the teachers probably they have different activities to use in the classrooms.
Hmm.
So when you think about your teaching times, I know that you are not teaching right now, you mentioned it,
Hmm.
and probably you had your favorite activities. And can you tell us one or maybe two activities that you like to use in your classrooms?
All right. So the best example for this, Wolfgang Bey, would be saying that uh, if I had the chance of reorganizing the whole teaching system, specifically, I'm talking about my field of studies, language, foreign
I
language,
see.
English. I don't know the French. I mean, I know different languages, but we are focusing on English because we are English language teachers. So if I had the chance and the authority of reorganizing, restructuring the teaching system, I would remove everything and bring back only reading in the classes. Because
Oh,
reading, yes, I mean, reading could be any type of reading, but I prefer, novels, stories, short stories for young kids. Yeah, these type of, fairy tales. Fairy tales are really, were when I was younger and was a student, like 15 years old, and I was learning English myself. I love those fairy tales because I could feel the characters inside the book. So, by saying this, I would remove everything, bring back reading, because reading is an input product for the reader. Then
Yes.
right after that, I would do writing, which is an output product of what you're learning. Now go back to the statistics of uh, reading in our country. I know you know the sad part and that 1% is the reader. We have 1% of readers in our country. Okay, so if I would be having the chance of administering or having such kind of a uh, technology or approach, I would definitely remove everything and continue with reading, because
Mm-hmm.
reading, when a student is reading really deeply and reading well, they put themselves in the places of the characters and the mind of the writer or the author of the book.
I see. Mm-hmm. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rajam, for this information. Thank you. All right.
Welcome.
So I really wondered about your answer for the next question because it's really great, organization and competition, or I don't know, something like that. I know that you are the founder of Ekin JMUN
Hmm.
and the lead organizer. So probably most of the people, especially in education area, they wonder it. What is this moon and what is junior moon? And like, can you, if it's okay, can you tell us, about Ekin Junior Moon and what are the benefits for the students and the teachers?
Okay, so I believe everybody who is attending this session now are definitely English language teachers, and most of them might be teaching in the schools, either in Turkey or in a different country. However, English language teachers are very well familiar with the word Model UN. Okay, so that's
Exactly.
that's a
Hmm.
simulation of the actual United Nations and their activities and what the United Nations is doing. I can see that a very valuable member of my team is also watching here, Christelle. Christelle, hello. She's a very dedicated part of my team. Uh, what what is Model UN? As I told you, it's the simulation of the actual United Nations. What it gives to the students, it is kind of putting the students at early ages of their lives into the shoes and footsteps of the ambassadors and diplomats. So it gives the opportunity to think like them, to
Uh-huh.
behave like them, to act like them, to speak like them. So from the early ages, what Model UN is giving to the students is preparing them as a future diplomat. That's actually it's one of our slogans in the program, which says that we are building future diplomats. Thank you, Meltem Hanım, for Ekin JMUN is the best.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so
Okay.
the story of our conference goes back to 2014 when we had the idea of starting this conference. It's actually a conference, by the way. It's more educational and at the same time competitional.
Mm-hmm.
The educational side of it is that we provide the educational materials for the students. The students get the chance of researching for the topic that they are assigned to, researching for the country that they are allocated to. So they put themselves in the politicians of those countries that we are giving to them to research and present that specific country under a specific topic in the conference. So back in 2014, me and my colleague had this idea of starting this conference, but it took us 3 years for the primary preparation. We need to have a team. Yes, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of conferences around the country and in the world, but we did want to do it from scratch. So we
Oh, I
created a team.
see.
We educated them. They were trained, ready until 2016 when we had our first conference in Izmir, and which hit a very good success. Very good success.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks to our
wonderful.
participants, thanks to the schools who were supporting us, and I believe that there are some of them are watching us right now in this session. Right after that, we had the second idea. So again, going back to have to the idea that bring the idea, develop it. So we wanted to develop it. Right now, after about 10 years of preparation, we are hosting our own conference in the city of New York with
Wonderful.
almost 60 or 70 students coming from Turkey.
Wow. It's a lot number. It's a good number. And I'm sure that you're gonna be successful there.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm
very much.
sure.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
sure. Okay. So you just mentioned about it, but my next question is about again the Ekin JMUN. So how can the
Hmm.
teachers and the students join it? What they should do, and what are the procedures?
Okay. So generally, these kind of programs start when the school year starts.
Mm-hmm.
There is a registration stage for this that we open basically either in October or early November, depending on the date of the conference that we are going to have in Izmir.
Oh, I
By the way,
see.
our New York conference is in March. It's 2 weeks later. So
Wow.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure you are
Well,
very excited.
we are. Yeah, I am excited, but I'm not worried because we are fully prepared. We are fully prepared to teeth. All right, and I am not worried about anything because I have a wonderful team with
Yeah,
me. Uh,
we are looking forward to seeing the photographs from there.
okay, then you need to follow our Instagram page.
Already done.
Okay. Yeah, so once the registration is completed, based on the registration, our team either accepts the registration, which we approve the registration, or for specific reasons we disapprove the registration.
Uh-huh.
So once the registration approved, then a thread of emails and information is sent to the school advisors, and they can move from there. So there is a series of activities coming starting either in October or early November until the days of the conference.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
So that's the
It's a long.
registration period.
Oh, I see. It's a long process. I think it's not a the short period. They
No,
need
no, no, no. I
to.
mean, yeah. I mean, once they register, they registered, then there is a lot of work for the teacher.
Huh,
They need to know
that's what I mean.
how to prepare their students, and for this, how to prepare the student, we just we just finished two training sessions last Saturday and the Saturday before that. Yeah, it was from our team from Washington D.C.
Wow,
By the way, I have to underline this that we have close collaboration with the United Nations Association of the States of America. That's UNA USA. They have
wow,
chapters all around the United States. Our main collaborators are New York and Washington.
wow.
So
It's
yeah,
wonderful.
our team is actually coming from those chapters, and some coming from Lebanon, some come from Poland, Boston, DC, New York.
Mm-hmm. I see.
So
It's
yeah,
amazing.
once
It's
they said
amazing.
that was a free training session for the teachers. At the same time, we are working on a full year-round program right now that can be administered at the schools that teachers can enroll and use our materials to do from the beginning of the year to the end of the year.
So that's really great. You just mentioned that it's a free session, training session for the teachers.
Though, yeah, we finished them last week. I mean, this Saturday.
Oh, so okay. When will you have the next one?
Next year.
Ah, next year. Okay. So I shouldn't miss it for the next one. This time I missed it. Anyway,
Oh,
that's
we have a recording that I can share it with you from the trainings.
oh
We are sharing the recording, no problem.
oh I would be happy
No,
about it. Okay,
okay, sure.
thank you very much,
No,
Hajam. All
no
right,
problem at
so
all.
let's move to and would you like to add anything else, or can I move to another question? So you said a lot.
I wish that Crystal also could hop into the session, but I don't know if it is possible or not. But I believe that I said everything about, I mean, briefly everything about, participating in our program,
I
Model UN
see.
program, either in New
Mm-hmm.
York or in Izmir.
I
But
got it.
I mean,
Okay.
if anybody is interested, just please follow our Instagram page. That's because that's our YouTube page. But our most announcements come from our Instagram page first of all.
I
That's the first
see.
thing.
I see. Thank you. And the Instagram pages, you can say share it
It's just
here.
Ekin JMUN. It's like Junior Model United Nations. Ekin Junior Model
Wonderful.
United Nations.
Yes, Akin Junior Model Net Sessions. All right then. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hajam. All right, so let's move to another question. Actually, I would like to ask another how can I say another program. But before that, let me ask you about the program, and I will ask you my questions about language later. I know that you have how can I say you are a Turkey program director and chief in charge of about this program, which is FPSI
Yes.
Turkiye. and that's that's
Future
that's
problem
really
solving program.
exactly future problem solving program, and that's a really fantastic program. And so what I'm gonna ask you about it, can you tell us about this program? So what are the benefits of it?
Well, actually, welcome. The program is not something which is something new, which is existing like in the last 10 years. The program is probably the T-shirt that you're wearing on the back of it. You've realized
That's fifth,
there's a
yeah, the
50,
50th year.
50.
Yeah.
We are celebrating the 50th year of the program. It
Yeah, let me
was
show you. Let me
established.
show you again. You mention it. I
Yeah,
show you
there you
as a
go.
sponsor of tonight. Yes, here. There you go. You can see it.
50
It's a
years.
fantastic one.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's the that we are celebrating the 50th year of the program. It was established by Dr. Paul Torrance, who is the pioneer and the leader of creativity in the world. In 1974, he starts this program, then the program slowly and gradually grows and becomes bigger and bigger. And right now it's all around the world and almost 37 states of America. It works on the affiliation side. So we have the affiliation in Turkey. And what you see here, I mean, on my titles, it's the affiliate director. That's me. Uh, well, okay. So what is program? Shortly speaking, it is a very, very competitive academic program. It has, I mean, maybe if I can tell you the slogan of the program, it can give you an idea of understanding what the program looks like. The program has a slogan of teaching every kid not what to think, but how to think. When encountering a problem, the program has got 6-step techniques of problem solving.
Wow.
When we are speaking about problem solving, it is offering you a scenario, a problem, a possible problem, or a probable problem can happen in the next 25 or 30 years, even 40 years. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are techniques that the student can apply, 6-step techniques of problem solving, we call this. They can apply solving this problem and coming to an action at the end of this solution. So they solve the
Oh, I see.
problem, they prepare an action plan for eliminating a problem in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much this program is a kind of futuristic program, and how much futuristic it is? Let me give you a very simple example. This program is run in most of the countries around the world. Some countries are doing it as a lesson. Some countries are doing it as extracurricular activities.
Wonderful.
We do, yeah, we do it as an extracurriculum activity in Turkey. What the program is doing, when the elimination rounds from the countries are done, the first place winners move towards a global competition in the world, in the United States. Every year,
Wow.
it happens in
Mm-hmm.
one of the universities of the states. This year, it's going to be in Indiana University, Chicago,
Wow.
Indiana.
Wonderful one.
Yeah. So one of the there's a topic for that. There's a topic for the global round. Every round I've got a topic, and the topic for the global round back in 2009. Can you guess what it was? It was pandemic.
Wow.
In
That's very interesting.
2009, this was the topic of the competition. Pandemic, word by word, stage by stage. It was the same thing that we experienced in 2020, and that scenario in 2019, 2009 was written for 2035,
Uh-huh.
but we experienced it in 2020.
I I see. I got it. I got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
The program has got connection with the IB programs, with the school curriculum programs.
Mm-hmm.
Parent perspective is very important in this program. Uh, but you know how most probably your question would be that how teachers can involved in this program. Again, for this program, we have trainings. We call them in order for a school to prepare for this program, a school needs to have a teacher which is trained for this program. Because without training, you can't carry on with the program. So what we do, we
Oh,
call
I
them coach
see.
trainings. We call them FPS, future problem solving coach training. We do it every year in August and September. It is live. It takes 2 days, full days of training. And at the end of the
Wow.
program, yes, we give the certificate of participation and plus a digital code which certifies them as a future problem-solving coach, whether you're going to be in Turkey, whether you're going to be in the States, whether in Singapore, in China.
That's very great. Something really about the
Yeah,
program.
thank you. So once they are,
Okay.
once the teachers are trained for the program, they go to their schools, start their groups, and then we send them the necessary materials. They can either work in, I mean, they can either practice and work in the program in Turkish slash or English. So we give them
Ah,
materials
both
in English,
languages.
both languages. So we give them materials
I see.
in English and Turkish, and they prefer whether they are going to do the reports in English or in Turkish.
During the session, during the competition, they also preferred the Turkish or
Yes,
English, you mean?
yeah, yeah. They
Oh,
can
I
either
see.
com they can either complete their reports and competition in English or in Turkish.
Is it the same here or the USA
Okay,
when they
so
go to the
in the
USA?
USA, no. I mean, if a school or a team is participating in the program and continues with Turkish, even if they become the first place winner in a specific category, because it has many different categories for itself. All right. So it says that different categories. If they continue competing in the United States in Turkish, then we give them translators. So
Oh, I see.
their work is translated from Turkish into English.
I got it. I got it. Okay. Thank you very much, Ajam. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you have given a lot of information about it.
I've given
All right.
I'm giving Volkan, I'm giving you 1% of the information actually.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
So I can to listen the rest of the all the information, I think we should join the sessions, okay, to become a coach, I think,
Yes, yes,
about
that would
it.
be wonderful.
I see.
It is open to
And you
everyone. It's open to everyone, by the way. Students from the age grade 4 to high school 12, it's that range, those age range can participate in the program. And it
that's
doesn't
good.
have to be a school. It doesn't have to be a school. I mean, you can bring your own son. You can bring your niece or nephew. I mean, a
Oh,
chess player
individual.
can come from, yeah, individually too.
And Gülşah Hocam is asking, but you just said it, but maybe you would like to say again about the age group she's asking.
Okay, grade 4, I believe they are like 7 years old or 8 years old.
No, grade 4 is like 9, I
Okay,
think, if I'm not wrong.
let me tell you the categories. You said Gülşah Hanım, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so the
yeah.
categories fall into three different sections. Junior, middle, senior. Juniors are grade 4, 5, 6. Middles are 7, 8, 9. Seniors are 10, 11, 12. These are the grades.
Graders.
I mean,
I
you can
see.
easily find this information on our website. There is a handbook on our website which has full information. Our Instagram page, you will see my posts there with these information. So feel free to follow
Hmm.
us, and you will find a lot of information and
It's
answers to your
wonderful.
questions.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. All this information,
You're
Akbar
welcome.
Hocam. Thank you. Okay, so let's move to another questions. So you know that you have been living, teaching, and the educating here to other
Yeah.
teachers and try to help them. And probably you have a lot of the information and ideas about the language system in Turkey.
Yes.
So when you think about this, what are the difficulties that the teachers have about teaching a language for the students in Turkey?
Uh, okay. That's
Difficult?
something. Okay. No, I mean, it's not difficult, but uh, I'm trying to be as candid as possible here, and I want
Ah, I
to be,
see.
openly speaking, the difficulties and the challenges that the teachers are having are, mostly sociocultural in my idea.
I see.
Sociocultural, okay? That's the connection between the parent and the teacher and the superiors, okay? The manager, general manager, vice manager, and so on and so forth, or their heads of department. This is one idea about this, but one very obvious thing that we can see about the teachers are that uh, why my philosophy, I'm going back to the first question that you asked about the philosophy. Okay.
Sure.
Whatever you do in your life, do it with loving. What I say, if I speak about my own idea, ideal about this teaching job is that I always say that marry your job, enjoy your life.
That's a
Okay.
nice one.
So, I mean, yeah, this is literally a word that I like about that because if you're doing any job with passion, number one, you will enjoy that. Your clients will love you. You will never get tired. Okay. You know, you wouldn't see anybody coming to school like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's early in the morning. You didn't still step into the classroom. How are you? Very tired. Why are you tired in 9 o'clock in the morning? I mean,
Yeah.
we have to remove
How are you?
these
I'm very
mentalities
tired.
from the teachers. You see what?
Yeah,
So, I mean,
you are
and then,
right.
yeah, yeah, well, these kind of things, once these are removed, I mean, and this is something that a person should repair in himself or herself. And if a teacher feeds these kind of things, then they should be going back and reflecting back inside themselves and to say, criticizing what they're doing wrong or right. Then they will find
I
the
see.
right way. They will find the right way how to overcome the challenges of teaching. It doesn't have to be in Turkey. It doesn't have to be in the United States. United States has got more problems than us with the teaching.
Yeah,
No,
I believe that.
seriously.
Yeah, I believe that. I have friends there, and they, whenever we talk, he always complains about the system of education over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And one
Well,
more
I hope
question.
that I'm not. I hope that I'm not breaking any hearts tonight.
No, you are not. I think so far so good, I
Um,
think. Yeah, we are enjoying it, listening to you. Okay. And Akbar Hocam, so my next question is again related to this language education. So you've
hmm
been living here for a long time and you know the system, education system about the
Yeah.
language or the general system. If you had a chance to change one thing about it, what would you change
This was the
in Turkey?
question actually that I was waiting
Yeah.
for. Molkan Bey. So, yeah, I believe that I already answered this question, but the first change would be that I would remove all the main course books, their
Oh,
materials. I mean, if I was going to keep them, as a tool, I would still keep them. Okay, but one major thing that I would change about the system would be that these exams,
yes.
exams. I mean, I don't see any point a 14-year-old kid who is eighth grader undergoing this much stress, running like 4 o'clock, the school is finishing, and running to these Darsane things, what do they call it,
Yeah.
study houses, whatever they call it,
Yeah.
Darsane, whatever. But
That's
where
in
study
Turkish.
center
Yeah.
until 10, 9 o'clock. They are 14 years old. They are they
Unfortunately.
are wasting their teenage energies studying and preparing for these exams. This is absolutely nonsense. That would be the first thing that I would remove from the schools.
Hmm. That's
Exams.
what I totally agree with you.
I mean, exams are a tool of assessment. We should have them. What I'm talking about the exams, I'm talking about these ridiculous exams. Like what is that? LGS?
Yeah,
What
yeah. Like I say, you're right.
yeah, what is the benefit of that for the students? Why do we have them in our system?
They decide which high school they will go or not.
Okay. If
That's the
that's the
point.
only if that's the only indicator and the only criteria, then let it be.
I see. I hope they will find another way to do it in the future. I don't
The
know.
only thing
Better
the
ways.
only thing which I witnessed that people finding for this is just changing its name.
Exactly. And I know that they have changed, a lot of times. I don't know how many times it changed,
The
but a
only
lot.
the only letter the only letter which doesn't change is that letter se. Sinava.
Yeah, you're right. It's enough.
Yeah,
There's always
think
enough.
about yeah, think about the word and the different words that they put into it. The only word which doesn't change is that word S, I mean the letter S, which stands for exams. Enough.
Yeah, exactly. All the things change, but not the exam. You're right.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much, Hocam.
You're
Let me
welcome.
say another questions. You know, we all know that actually you're very passionate and dedicated educator. I know that, and when we see these kind of the educators, we know that we always want to ask them, what motivates you when you do your job? So let me ask you this question: what motivates you to do this job?
I have very certain motivations, Mokambe, very certain motivations. But what I have experienced in my life, the best thing which motivates you, either when you realize it or you don't realize it, is the success which comes from what you are doing. Because that success psychologically gives you a motivation of continuing what you are doing. And as I said previously, you go back and you have you improve yourself, you have an idea, you develop that idea, and you progress with that, your success becomes more and more, further and further, deeper and deeper, and this will bring you more and much more motivation. Plus, added to this, if you have a very good team to work with, then you are
Yeah,
going to be
that's
the
another
best,
point.
the best, the best, the best in the world. Success,
You're right.
success will come to you. You don't need to walk to it.
Exactly, exactly. If you have a good team, as you mentioned, success will come to you. You don't need to walk to it. Exactly. All right. So thank you very much, Ajay. Okay, so let me ask you another question, which is about technology. You know that we live in a technological era,
Hmm.
and a lot of things happens quickly and suddenly. Sometimes we cannot catch it. So, as an experienced one, how do you follow these technological improvements in education world? What do you do, and what do you suggest to the teachers?
Um, okay, so as you also mentioned, we are living in a digi world.
Yes,
That
exactly.
okay, digi world. Uh, Years ago, oh, I remember I had this meeting. This was an assembly with the teachers. Uh, there were a few school principals also present in the meeting, and it came to the world of technology. This was about 2006, which is about 19, 20 years ago. I
Wow.
clearly remember like yesterday. We were talking about the technology and improving technology, and it happened that I just came out and said that there were about 50 or 60 teachers, by the way, at that session. I said that there will come a time that we will dictate and our telephones will be writing for us. So, but we
Uh,
won't need even typewriters. We won't need even a pen. There will be some time that we will be dictating, we will be speaking, and our telephones or the technology will be writing for us. We are living it right now today. So if you have
uh-huh.
the mentality of how to follow technology, again, I mean, this is again like my example that I gave you about the teaching, which should be running in your blood. This also should be running your blood. I mean, I can't sit here and say that, teachers should follow this technology, teachers should follow that technology. Technology is
I see.
there. You go and find it for yourself. You go and find which technology best suits your needs or your students' needs. There are millions of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are living in the technology world. Now, in the last few years, we're dealing with AI. Okay,
Yeah, you're right.
which is going to be our future problems. AI.
Yeah,
Yes, of course.
definitely. Yeah,
So
we'll have
I
really
mean,
serious problems with it.
I mean, that's again a question that I mean I can just say that yes, follow the technology. Everybody's saying that, but if a teacher, we are focusing on the teachers now. If a teacher does not have you know, the motivation to follow the technology, then I can't learn them technology. You see what I'm not saying?
Uh-huh.
Teach them technology. I'm saying learn them technology.
Uh-huh. I see. There's a difference. Very, the slight difference
Exactly.
in it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hocam. Okay, Akbar Hocam. As a chief in charge of foreign language department in Ekin schools, you know that. And my next question is very important. I really wonder what you're gonna say about
I'm
it.
not going to
You know,
you're not going to ask a very strategic question, I hope.
it's not. Don't worry, it's not. What makes different Ekin's language program than other private schools?
Okay, so what makes it what makes it special? Okay, That's what I'm hearing, correct? What's
Yeah.
make it special or different?
What makes it special? We can say also not a
Okay.
problem. Let's change it
Again,
as you said.
again, let's compare it like this. Let's look at the let's look at your question like this. You're also teaching in a school. People who are
Sure. Yeah.
in the session now, right, are teaching in the school. Probably they're using the same books that we are teaching. Okay.
Uh-huh.
They were in an ELT seminar last week. We were in an ELT seminar last week too. So they have the same materials. They go to the same seminar. They listen to Volkan. They listen to Akbar. They have everything is equal here, except for one thing. And that one thing is the relation and the structure of the team that is doing the job in that department.
I see.
Okay, that's what it makes whether you gotta call it special or different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can be having the same book that I'm teaching, but your team is a phenomenal team, and they're doing magics with their teachings.
I
In the
see.
same time, my team is not like no, like phenomenal like your team, and we cannot catch up with that magic that you're doing.
I got it. I got the point. I got the point. Thank you.
So
Thank you very
everything
much.
goes
So
back to that.
you mean that your team is phenomenal, you mean?
No, I'm not saying that. No, I said that your team is phenomenal.
I
No, this is
got
this
it.
is a very
Okay.
this is a very this is a very diplomatic reaction.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hajam. It's great to hear it. All right. You know that, Akbar Hajam, the time flies, as you know that, and we cannot guess what's gonna happen in the future, but we have some ideas about it. When you think about this, or 10 or 20 years later, how do you see yourself? Will you still be do this job, or will you try another things?
Well,
What's in your
definitely,
mind?
definitely, definitely. Okay, so well, I mean, let's go back to last Saturday. Last Saturday when we were talking uh, in that in
Izmir.
that ELT
Mm,
conference. Okay,
I see.
okay, that was the way. That was one of the ways that I was developing my program. Okay, 10 years ago when I started with the program, I was not doing that. So 10 years later, what I'm gonna do will be 10 times bigger than what you saw last Saturday. Again,
I see.
it goes back to the matter of how much do you want to be developing you yourself, your team, your job, your ideology.
Ah, I see. I got it.
So you can
Depends.
now you can
Depends
you
these
can you can
things.
visualize me. You can visualize me 10 years later.
I'm already done. Don't worry. Wonderful. Thank you, Hocam. There's a question, Akbar Hocam. Şebnem Hocam is asking. I think will direct in Istanbul, Akbar Hocam.
Do you mean the conference, the Model Young conference?
No, it's about the school. I think she is asking. In
Uh,
Ekin College.
Is there, you
And
mean, no, 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 no. We don't have a school in Istanbul. We have three campuses in Izmir.
three campuses in Izmir. Okay. Okay. Or maybe I just said that about the college. Maybe she's asking the junior moon. I don't know.
I mean, if
Şebnem
there's any
Hocam, are you
chance that
asking the
she
school
can,
or the conference? Campus. She's asking about the
oh,
campus.
campus. No,
No,
we,
no,
we, we have them in Izmir.
not. I got it. All right. So, Akbar Hocam, the next question is, let me ask you a different one. I really like to asking these questions because everybody, they have different questions and different answers for these questions. You know that in our life, sometimes we all have difficult situations, and in that situation sometimes we cannot handle it, okay, and at that moment, and we say that, oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower so I can easily fix the problem or manage the problem or control it. As an experienced one, when you think about yourself in the classroom, all right,
Hmm.
if you could have one superpower to use it in the classroom, so what would it be and how would it help you?
That's a very imaginary question now.
Yes.
Well, I would wish to have a power of reading I mean, reading my students' brains. Superpower.
Yeah.
Superpower. So by that way, not what they think about me, but what they want to learn from me, what they needed,
Oh, I see.
what they have achieved, that they and what they have not achieved, but they are really craving for, so that I can
Uh-huh.
prepare myself for to reply to their needs, to their learning needs.
Mm-hmm.
That that
I
would
got
be
it.
that would be yeah, that would be the power that I would love to have.
That's very nice, nice superpower to have it
Supernatural,
reading their mind.
supernatural
Yeah,
power.
exactly. Thank you very much, Akbar Hocam. Okay, so think that Akbar Hocam, so we finished the interview when you step outside the home and find a lottery tickets that end up winning $100 million, okay? And what would
Okay.
you do about it? Please be honest, okay?
I will definitely invest it.
Yeah, that's nice. Where and how?
Okay. I wouldn't be unrealistic about this because uh I know that if all right, so if you have spent your life on a specific occasion, on a specific profession, as I'm saying, it's a good idea to continue with that profession. I don't see any need or uh any other any idea of this. Buying into this lottery ticket, actually, let's say that you have the money, jumping from teaching career and going becoming an architect, or investing in the car industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would be a failure for me. So
Oh,
I would invest
I see.
number one in gold, number two in education.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Akbar Hocam. Okay, the time flies, and now I'm gonna ask you my last and the most difficult question. Ready for it, Hocam?
Of course. Now I'm
Okay.
so curious.
All right. Yes. What is your motto?
So there you go. Okay, so I believe that I answered this question way before this. That was, marry your job, enjoy your life.
Ah, that's very nice. Can you repeat it again, please?
Marry your job, enjoy your life. But
That's nice.
don't
That's
don't
very
don't
nice.
say it to your wife. Don't say it to your wife, okay? Promise me.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice. Probably when they heard about it, yeah, you already done it. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Akbar
Thank
Hocam. I have asked all
you.
my questions, all right? So before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else to the end of the session or suggest anything to our audiences?
Ye- Okay, so all the colleagues we here again are teachers, right? What I'm saying that is whatever you do in your life, do it with passion. Do it with passion. Even you're doing
Mm-hmm.
teaching, do it with passion, with love. That's why my motto was that, because that's something that you fall in love, and you'll never regret that. So that's all about that. And welcome back. Thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful session. I hope that the session and the information that we were dropping here was helpful, productive
Perfect.
for the colleagues who saw this or are going to watch the recording probably in the future. And
Mm-hmm.
I am always at a call reach. My information, my contact information are on my websites, on our social media platforms. So if anybody is interested in getting information about our conferences, about our programs, I'm happy to reply to their requests.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Thank
Akbar
you.
Hocam. And I would like to say one more time, thank you very much for your, the suggestions, for your advice, and especially, which is most important thing, is your time. You spend your precious time with us here.
I
We were
appreciate
really
it.
happy. And
Me
okay,
too.
thank you. And
Thank you.
Akbar Aghdam was with us with the Teacher Talks 196 sessions, and we had a fruitful sessions with him. You should definitely watch it again and again later. And as you know that we are going to be here next week on every Monday at the same time on the same day, like every Monday at 9 p.m. And until the next time, please, wherever you are, especially good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and until the next time, take care of yourself and take care of yourself, Akbar Hocam, and bye
Thank
bye
you very much.
everybody,
Thank
and
you.
peace.
Bye.